Okay, it's Wednesday. Two things in the gaming news world I want to talk about this week. The first thing involves a couple of things going on with Rockstar Games. On the one hand, they're bailing on a big feature, something they rolled out a long time ago. But on the other hand, they might make a hell of a lot of money. So you may or may not have seen the headlines that Rockstar has shut down Social Club. Social Club is their long-running kind of social platform that's it's been going on for a while. I remember the early days of using this. You know, you would form crews, you would use this for GTA Online, you would use this for Max Payne 3 multiplayer, which I was all about. Well, now that platform looks like on the surface it's kind of winding down. It's not completely shut down like people would lead you to believe, or the headlines would lead you to believe. You can still access some stuff and create some stuff, but it seems like generally a lot of the features are being pared down. A couple of months ago, they pared down, they essentially got rid of the Rockstar like social video editor thing. And along with that, now at this point, you're getting the bare minimum features. You're able to essentially look at your stuff, but you're not able to like view other players' profiles or creations. And the main like page that it will go to now redirects to Rockstar Games' website. So I think ultimately this is a natural thing. Ultimately, also because it was not good. Towards the end, it was rough. It was really slow. I found it to be kind of a pain in the ass to use. Also, a lot of people had issues with like the security and stuff. My shit was hacked constantly. My whole Rockstar Games Social Club experience was hacked by somebody and completely switched to Russian language, and I could never figure out how to change it back. That's besides the point. It seems like they're phasing out Social Club. Again, we have no official confirmation yet that they are. A little bit of a heads up would be nice, but I think this obviously is going to lead into some bigger thing. Don't get it twisted. Social Club is only one aspect. Like Rockstar Games still has their launcher, which I also don't love. I'm also annoying about launchers, very specific, but it seems like they're not just getting rid of this because it was like a failed experiment. I see this as winding down for the next big thing. And that next big thing is, of course, Grand Theft Auto 6, with Grand Theft Auto 6 having a lot of rumors swirling around from like months back, and now again more recently that user-generated content is going to be a big part of it, whether it's the new Grand Theft Auto 6 online experience and like adjacent stuff. People are saying it's like a Fortnite or a Roblox where people can jump in, go wild, make their own real stuff, and kind of live in these worlds, right? So I see this as sunsetting or toning down and tweaking and then going back to the drawing board and relaunching something closer to Grand Theft Auto 6, whether it's Grand Theft Auto 6 at launch or after. I don't know. Rockstar tends to do things differently. Sometimes they roll out online stuff later, as you probably remember happened with GTA Online for GTA 5. But even still, I think this is interesting because another report comes from an analyst. This is like a business analyst, money, finance guy. This is Josh Chapman, a managing partner of Convoy, an investment analyst firm that said some interesting stuff. Essentially that, and I quote from GameSpot, Convoy believes that GTA 6 will recoup its estimated $2 billion budget in under 30 days and go on to become the biggest gaming launch of all time while shattering records for copies sold and revenue generated. By the end of the month, Convoy, this analyst firm, predicts that the game's total revenue will be $7.6 billion. They also go on to say that a lot of that is going to be thanks to the user-generated content, or UGC, or Roblox Fortnite type thing. And that's crazy. It's worth noting that this report makes a lot of inferences. It makes a lot of assumptions that we don't know whether or not it's true. The fact that the game costs $2 billion to develop, and I presumably marketing costs as well, but also the fact that like it's assuming that it's going to be an $80 price point. And we still don't know for sure. Take-Two, Strauss Zelnick, the head guy behind like the publishing and everything with Rockstar, he's kind of been a little weird and wishy-washy and not committing to the $80 price tag. I always just like assume the worst. I personally, I say this as an adult, but like I don't trust adults, and I always just assume that like a lot of times the worst thing is going to happen. So $80 is probably kind of likely. It sounded crazy a couple of months ago, but now that price point is kind of settling in a little, it's not settling in. Let's be real. We're not happy with it. But the fact that it did become a reality, Nintendo did get away with it with like Mario Kart and stuff like that. Who knows? Still, $7.6 billion in the first 60 days. That is massive. That is huge for a video game property. It's huge for a movie property. It's huge for any entertainment thing. Grand Theft Auto has continued to be a record breaker. And I do honestly, numbers aside and like some bold predictions aside, I do still expect, like, it's obvious, but like the water is wet. Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a big launch. They're just saying officially they think it's going to be the biggest video game launch of all time. We'll know for sure though when it releases in May of 2026. It's gonna be May, or at least apparently it is according to. Did I just make an "it's gonna be May" joke? Really? I'm sorry, that was bad. Anyway, let's move on. The other bit of news is entertainment news. We have official confirmation from Nintendo. We know there is a director behind the Legend of Zelda movie. We know that it is in the works. We know it is being co-worked on with Nintendo, like a kind of a hybrid production type thing. But now we know who is playing Link and Princess Zelda. This totally, like, I just like fell out of bed this morning. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I just didn't expect this. So here they are. We have Link, who will be played by Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, and Princess Zelda, who will be played by Bo Bragason. We'll start with Zelda. Bo Bragason, who I don't know. So she is a 21-year-old actress. She was in Kingsglaive. Who was she in Kingsglaive? You're goddamn right. I watched Kingsglaive, but who was she? I don't know. Apparently, like on IMDb, it doesn't look like she's in the top cast. But hey, either way, so there's that. And then there's Benjamin Evan Ainsworth, who I gotta be honest, never seen him in anything. He is 16 years old, and so both actors are from the UK. They're UK actors, and it's interesting to note that Link is a couple of years younger than this Zelda. So I don't have too much insight because I haven't seen any movies that they are in, which is disappointing. I love movies. I watch a lot of movies. I don't know, but I just think from a casting perspective, it is interesting because what we can see from this is that it looks like they're just going for like looks. Like these people to me look like they can very much be these characters. She just looks like a princess. She looks like a Zelda, right? And then this Benjamin Ainsworth, he's got kind of like that child cherubic face. Like, so they're going for like a young Link, which I think is pretty interesting. I have no problem with that. I have no preconceived like ideal version of Link, really. I'm sure some people do, but not only are they going young and going for people that very clearly kind of have some resemblance to these characters, like with Benjamin Ainsworth, like I can really see it. Just Photoshop his hair blonde, give him a little silly hat. Sure, let's do it. But I think it's also interesting that they cast unknowns. So there's a lot of things they could have done, right? Like they could have cast just people who maybe don't look really like the characters, but they're incredible actors. Or they have something to them that's really got some appeal. Or they cast people that are like super famous, like the it people, the faces you've seen before, to get eyeballs, to get butts in seats. They didn't go either of that route. They just had some newcomers, some relatively unknowns. And I like that. I want to have new people come and see them as these characters. Like, not to like go off on a tangent a little bit, but like Pedro Pascal, great actor. I really like him. I think that he's done some great stuff. And now he's Reed Richards. And he's also everywhere. And I'm going to have a hard time seeing him as Reed Richards because he's Pedro Pascal. Like, he's very Pedro. So we'll see, right? But what they're doing here is giving us actors that, if they blow us away, it's going to feel like they came out of nowhere. And we're going to be able to totally disappear and be immersed seeing these characters because we have no preconceived notions of these actors, other things they've been in, anything like that. Obviously, acting and talent can transcend a lot of that. But with this, I think this is cool. Same thing with James Bond. I say it with James Bond. When they cast a new James Bond, I want it to be somebody I relatively don't know of or haven't seen too much of because it would be cool because then they would just completely embody this character. So that's how they're going with this. I'm curious to see how it goes. I still have questions about the director. Wes Ball was a director. He was the director of the Maze Runner movies. He was also the director of the most recent Planet of the Apes, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, which I thought was decent. Some of the writing behind, like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, I think this casting, pretty cool. Am I completely just part of the problem and judging a book by its cover with these two characters? Yes, but that's where we're at. I still don't know about this movie. I can't even imagine in my mind what a Zelda movie would even begin to look like. Where do you start? How do you do it? Is it as simple as it could be in my, I don't know. There's a lot of ways they could do it, but like the age of the characters, especially because like, the movie's only just starting rolling. I think they landed at a good spot, good feel. It's really just, the writer, the writers, the director, and all the other people it takes to make movies to really knock this out of the park. So we're just gonna have to wait and see. At least Nintendo is somewhat involved, but they were also involved with Mario, that movie. And some people don't really like that movie. I had a good time with it, but I'm also, I'm here for a good time, not for a long time. Life is short, man. Let's see what the Zelda movie brings. Either way, I do want to know what you guys think in the comments of the Zelda movie. Yes, and also Rockstar. Could Grand Theft Auto 6 really be the biggest bajillion dollar thing? Like it makes that much money in a month? Does it sound unbelievable? Can you see it happening? Do you think that that's going to be where video games peak financially? Who knows? Let's talk about that. Anything at all, down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. Every Wednesday, I just come here and talk about 2 news stories I find interesting. 2 news stories I want to drill down in specifically. On Fridays, you'll still get me on Game Ranks giving you all the news, but here, just little things I found interesting. So thanks for letting me yap and just ramble. I appreciate it. If you get what I'm trying to do here, clicking the like button helps me out. Thank you. But that's it. I got to get back to work. A couple more reviews and stuff to work on. So I'm Jake Baldino. Subscribe because video games. Pizza's on me.